And good evening, everybody. Welcome to Auto Club Speedway here in California. We have the sun setting there on the horizon. It's going to make this track cool down just a little bit, but it is awfully nice and warm here at this racetrack. So these drivers are going to probably have to contend with some rather slick racing conditions here at this incredible racetrack. Getting ready for the running of the Barrels 200 here at Auto Club Speedway. And it's an all-Hendrick front row here for tonight's event. This is going to be the 5 of Emilio Navarrete, who's coming off a rather dismal run in the Snickers Cup Series last week at Bristol. He's going to start on the pole alongside of rookie Dom Capps in the 24. Then it's going to be Charles Jackson. He'll be in third for the start of this race alongside of Richard Johnson. And then the points leader, Danika Shirley, with a great qualifying run. She is in the 5th position for the start of this race, but she doesn't come in as the only points leader. Oh no, we got co-points leaders as they come in tied for the points lead. Adam Chambers is also up atop the standings with 141 points. So both those drivers today are going to be jostling for the top spot in points to see who's going to leave Auto Club with the points lead. Alright, let's get these cars rolling off. To complete a couple pace laps. As they do that, we will show you tonight's starting grid. It's going to be a 25-lap event. And the question is, who's going to be around at the end? We're going to find all that out here. These drivers kind of probably pretty glad they're left Bristol Motor Speedway, as they're going to be able to get back to some racing here. Hopefully it won't be a wreck fest, but only time will tell, as here's your starting lineup. Let's see what they're going to be able to do here tonight. Saw these trucks in testing. They were really toying with the idea of going 3 and 4 wide. Don't know just exactly how wise that is. We'll see what they try to do here tonight with points on the line. The top 10 in points coming into this race are the points leader Danika Shirley along with Adam Chambers, then Nick Eggleston, James McLeod, John Cittadino coming off a Snickers Cup Series win last week, Hayden Klein, Kyle Sosnowski, Matthew Rodriguez, Colin Welty, and Andrew Gonzalez. Let's see how they all do today as the green flag comes out. Dom Capps got ahead of Emilio Navarrete there, so he got a better restart than the 5 did, but Emilio Navarete's going to be able to counter that by being on the inside line heading into turn number 1. Here comes Danika Shirley along with well, I guess it's a teammate. Well, no, the 3 is out of Michael Norman Motorsports. My bad. Anyway, here comes Emilio Navarrete with the lead. Danika Shirley trying to take second now from Dom Capps. And here comes Rod Houston, our winner from Bristol. And oh, there goes Margaret Mason and Richard Johnson. And I think they took Tryphon Reed with them. Caution's out for the first time tonight. It happened right up around the top 10. And Emilio Navarrete will lead us under the caution flag for the first time tonight. Danika Shirley second. Dom Capps third. Waiting for the scoring to update. Yep, last week's winner, Rod Houston, is 4th, and Anthony McCurry is in 5th. And there is Margaret Mason. Seth Cole got a piece of it as well. Stephen Pollard III, who came in 4th in rookie points and 12th in the overall standings. A tough break for him. Richard Johnson as well. And oh, Colin Welty, who comes in 9th in points. He just got turned around there in the turn 1 area. And James McLeod, who comes in 4th in points. There's Adam Chambers back here. He had a horrible qualifying spot, but I think he worked his way through that wreck. And Tryphon Reed there as well. I know he got a piece of it. So we'll take a look at the caution flag that put us under the yellow for the first time tonight. Now let's take a look here, see what happens. This was heading into turn number 3. Oh, they were almost 4 wide there. Tryphon Reed trying to stick it in between Margaret Mason and Richard Johnson. It just wasn't going to work. There wasn't enough room, and all 3 of them going to go up and into the outside retaining wall. Tough break there for all 3 of those drivers. Margaret Mason, who had just come off a good finish last week at Bristol, as I recall. And then let's look up further ahead. Something happens to the 99. Oh, yeah, Stephen Pollard Jr. the third and Seth Cole. Oh, they get together after Ryan Acosta forces Seth Cole up the racetrack there in turn 4, and Pollard the third rather, he's just along for the ride, and that was a hard hit for both of those drivers. So we had an incident in turn 3, an incident in turn 4, and then I think we end up having James McLeod and Colin Welty getting together up here in turn 1. Let's try and find that. Here it is. Oh, they went 4 wide again, this time into turn 1. And where's the contact going to happen? Is it going to be the 18 of Alex Tanker who's going to make the contact with the 42 of Colin Welty? Nope, it's going to be Jake Rogers in the 22 coming up into the 18. It's going to hook the 42 of Welty around, and when Welty goes up, James McLeod's just going to get clipped there, and there's nothing he can do. He's going to go spinning around as well. Let's see if those guys were able to keep it off the wall. No, McLeod with the right rear and the left, or the right rear and the right front gets a piece of it as well as Colin Welty. So both those drivers who come in running in the top 10 in points, this is certainly not what they were looking for early on in this event. So we've had 3 incidents take place here, turns 3, 4, and 1 here on lap number 1 and 2. Drivers have just made pit stops here back on lap number 3. I believe Tony Blazer may have stayed out, or else he went with a 2-tire strategy. He is the leader now. Second place is going to be Emilio Navarrete with Danika Shirley in 3rd, 4th Dom Capps, and Anthony McCurry 5th. Rod Houston is in 6th, Jacob Cook 7th, 8th is Rohit Vidaravu with Jake Williams 9th, and Charles Jackson completing the top 10. Hayden Klein is in 11th, John Cittadino 12th, Barney Ward 13th, Chris Dollerton 14th, and Ryan Acosta 15th. Nick Eggleston is in 16th, 17th place is Carter Keselowski, Andrew Gonzalez 18th, 19th is Alex Tanker, and Sean Henley completes the top 20. Let's go further back as Dylan Young is 21st, 22nd Sky Commons, 23rd is Matthew Rodriguez, 24th Trent Dunham, and 25th Sean Galligan. Ron Fajar Jr. in a new paint scheme for that 4 for the rest of the season. He is in 26th, 27th Christopher Martin, 28th is James McLeod. Adam Chambers has now worked his way up to 29th. Kyle Sosnowski 30th. Trayvon Reed is 31st, 32nd is Luke Walker. Eric Burton 33rd, 34th is Felix Harris. Jake Rogers 35th, 36th is Colin Welty. 37th is Bob Jones, and 38th is Dylan Pote. He's the last car on the racetrack. Drivers out of the race already are Margaret Mason, Seth Cole, Stephen Pollard III, and Richard Johnson. So here we are getting ready to go back under the green flag. First time this season, I believe, the 76 of Tony Blazer has led. And he will get us back under the green flag here on lap number 6. There we go, green flag out. Tony Blazer got a good restart there. Even if he does have older tires than Emilio Navarrete. Navarrete has dropped now about 2-3 car lengths back behind the Subway Toyota. Meanwhile, Dom Capps starting to work his way up here. He's now going to try and challenge his teammate. That is for second place. Rod Houston now trying to look for his second straight Truck Series win in a row after picking up the win last week at Bristol. He dominated that race there. And here comes Navarrete. Navarrete's finally gotten the run there, and he is going to use those fresher tires. He will get to the inside of Tony Blazer. Let's see which line is going to have the preferred run off the corner here. Looks like Navarrete's going to get that inside line wound up pretty doggone well, as he will by about 3-4 feet beat Tony Blazer to the line. Points leader, or co-points leader I should say, Danika Shirley has slipped back, and I think the yellow's out again. Nope, we're still green. We're still green flag race as Dom Capps goes to the inside line. Danika Shirley is now sliding back. She's lost several positions now, all the way back now in about the 9th position. Let's see if Adam Chambers has been able to make up any ground here as he's trying to get up here in the vicinity of Danika Shirley. He's now in the 28th position is Chambers. Working there with Christopher Martin, who I believe started this race in 41st place. Christopher Martin's done a good job here at his home track to work his way up through the field. Chambers this time crosses the stripe in the 23rd position, so he is steadily working his way up here to the front. Oh, are they slowing down? Is there a caution? Yep, must be. Caution's out for the second time tonight as Dom Capps is the leader. And this time the caution is going to be for Jacob Cook, our winner 2 weeks ago at Las Vegas. Rohit Vidaravu has gotten a piece of it. And it may have just been a 2-truck incident there, those two. So take a look at a replay. Dom Capps leads the way here, looking for his first career Truck Series win. ahead of Rod Houston and Emilio Navarrete, the pole sitter. We're under the caution for the second time tonight here on lap number 8. Let's take a look here at what happened. Looks like they again tried going 4 wide with Hayden Klein, Charles Jackson, Jacob Cook, and Rohit Vidaravu. This was up just around the 5th position, too. So this was up at the front of the field. Let's see where the contact's going to come from. Oh, man, I think there was a little bit of help from Charles Jackson there that sent Jacob Cook up into the left front of Rohit Vidaravu. And look at the hits those two drivers take. Their days are probably done, or their nights are probably done now. Hard licks. Vidaravu had crossed the stripe in 5th place. Jacob Cook had crossed the stripe in the 7th position. Both those drivers en route to good finishes tonight, and just like that, they're spoiled. Hard impact into that outside retaining wall as well. These drivers, this track doesn't look like a very fast racetrack, but that's why they call it a speedway, because they go very fast around this racetrack, and it's pretty much shown there with the result of the hard licks that both Jacob Cook and Rohit Vidaravu took into the outside retaining wall. Well, that certainly was not what either Rohit Vidaravu or Jacob Cook needed. Despite his win, Jacob Cook came into this race 21st in points. Vidaravu came in 27th in points. So this is going to hurt them. They're going to drop several spots in the standings, no doubt, due to their DNFs here tonight, as they have joined Margaret Mason, Seth Cole, Stephen Pollard III, and Richard Johnson back in the garage area. Dom Capps out in front, trying to become the 2nd straight rookie to pick up a Truck Series win. Rod Houston right behind him was the first one to do it, as he is there in the 2nd position. 3rd place is going to be Emilio Navarrete. Tony Blazer, still with that pit strategy, is inside the top 5 in 4th place, and Hayden Klein completes the top 5 in 5th. Charles Jackson is 6th, John Cittadino 7th, Jake Williams running very well in 8th. 9th is Anthony McCurry, and Danika Shirley, the co-points leader, is currently in 10th place. Barney Ward is 11th, Chris Dollerton 12th, Alex Tanker 13th, Sean Henley 14th, and Carter Keselowski's 15th. Then it's Ryan Acosta 16th, Trent Dunham 17th, Nick Eggleston in 18th, Sky Commons 19th, and Andrew Gonzalez runs in the 20th position. There is the other half of the co-points leaders, Adam Chambers. He has worked his way up now to the 23rd position. He's got a ways to go, though. He's got to pick up about 13 more spots before he can concentrate on trying to pass Danika Shirley, not only for position on the track, but for position number 1 in the point standings. Dom Capps waiting for the pace truck to take the left-hand turn to pit road. There he goes. Dom Capps going to lead him down here to the green flag. Capps started this race on the outside of the front row, has been inside the top 5 all day long, or all night long, I should say. As the green flag comes back out, Rod Houston trying to get around the high side there in this restart. I don't know how wise that was. Here comes Navarrete to the inside line, and Rod Houston's going to be a sitting duck now. Hendrick Motorsports tries to go back to where they started this race, 1-2, but this time Navarrete wants to be the leader. He doesn't want to follow Dom Capps. He wants to lead this thing. And Navarrete's going to go to the front, but here comes Tony Blazer trying to look 3 wide for the lead here. Can he get to the inside? He is there. Tony Blazer's going to go 3 wide for the lead, heading into turn number 3. Oh, they're awfully close to each other. Johnson Cittadino and Hayden Klein making contact, but they settle it out. They'll continue on, and we are still green flag racing here at Auto Club as Blazer goes to the lead. Jake Williams going to move to 2nd, and here comes Danika Shirley moving into the 3rd position now, past Emilio Navarrete. Danika Shirley trying to pick up her 2nd win of the season as a rookie. Contact between teammates. Oh, they're awfully close. How did John Cittadino and Anthony McCurry keep that together? There's no way they should have, and they did. Somehow, Anthony McCurry fit his car up in front of John Cittadino, and tremendous credit to John Cittadino giving McCurry the room. That could have been a lot of drivers involved in a wreck right there, and somehow, someway, they kept it clean and green. How about Barney Ward? We didn't talk about him. He's another of those Hendrick cars up here. He's now battling for 3rd place with Tony Blazer as Danika Shirley. This is definitely a message being sent to Adam Chambers as if to say, you want to take the points lead from me, you got to do it the hard way, as Danika moves into the lead. Barney Ward now to 2nd. Here comes Trent Dunham now. Nice run for the 1 truck, as he now will try and battle 3 wide heading into turn 3 with Tony Blazer and Justin Williams. Oh man, make that Jake Williams. Nick Eggleston, Chris Dollerton making some contact there. They're rubbing doors, but they're keeping it together. And here comes John Cittadino. Big run to the low side. Don't forget, he and Trent Dunham, they're teammates over in the Snickers Cup Series. Oh my goodness, Jake Williams just barely fitting his car down in front of Alex Tanker, and oh, they're going to go 4 wide, they're going to go 4 wide, they're going to go 4 wide! Did they save it? They did! But Anthony McCurry got the wall, and so did Jake Williams. They're going to slide back, but somehow, someway, we're still green flag racing. That should have been, by all means, a wreck, but it didn't happen. Just a true testament of how talented these drivers are. Barney Ward now to the inside line. He's looking for his first Truck Series win of the season. At the line, he will, by half a truck length, beat Danika Shirley to the stripe. Barney Ward comes into this race currently sitting in the 30th position, so certainly a win could help him in the standings as, oh my goodness, are we on, oh wait, we must be on the caution. Either that, or Nick Eggleston got a whale of a run through turns 1 and 2, and it looks like it's the latter. Eggleston now under Charles Jackson, that's for third. Luke Walker now going to try and move into that position. And here comes Sean Galligan, and how about Bob Jones, who's been having some terrible qualifying runs in the last few weeks, but he seems to be putting together some good runs though. He's 19th in points, and now, let's see where he's going to cross the stripe. The driver, the rookie driver of the 11, right alongside his teammate John Cittadino, he'll cross the stripe now. He was 10th last time by, this time by, he is in 9th. Bob Jones, I'll tell you what, he's using these poor qualifying results to his benefit, but he's caught on the high side now. He's going to lose some spots. How about Luke Walker? Nice run for the 45. Walker comes into this race 40th in points. This is a big momentum boost for this team, no doubt. He's trying to pick up his first win of the season in the trucks. And Danika Shirley has now taken the lead back from Barney Ward. Where's Chambers? Has Chambers been able to make up any ground? No, he's actually lost some ground. Chambers has now slipped back from 23rd on our restart to now 29th. See where he crosses the stripe this time. 30th place, Adam Chambers. Wow. Seeing a few drivers who are actually running well in points, not doing so well here tonight. Chambers is one of them. Another one of them is Kyle Sosnowski. He's back there in the 7. He is in 7th in points. Colin Welty now going to his inside there in 35th place is Welty as he is 9th in points. And James McLeod there, 36th, as he comes in 4th in the standings. Meanwhile, back at the front, new leader Trent Dunham in the Bass Pro Shop Chevrolet trying to pick up his first Truck Series win of the season. Dunham comes into this race 31st in points. And how about this guy right behind him, Jake Rogers? We talked about Luke Walker needing a good run. Jake Rogers needs a good run as well as they're 4 wide behind him with Galligan, Felix Harris, Luke Walker, and again they keep it together. And here comes Alex Tanker, and here comes Dylan Poteet. All of a sudden he's up here. Dylan Poteet, a driver who has had a real dismal start to the season. A lot of people were looking at him to possibly be up there. And oh, Galligan got the wall! Galligan got the wall with Luke Walker. That should bring out a caution. Galligan, the car smoking. He was in 4th place, and his day is done just like that. He and Luke Walker getting together, and I don't think they've thrown a caution. What's with that? New leader, Jake Rogers, the teammate to Galligan. So on the flip side of Galligan's misfortunes, Jake Rogers is the leader. Jake Rogers, the Season 1 Oreo Truck Series champion. And when they come around next time by, there'll be 5 laps to go. But I still don't understand why the caution didn't come out. Rogers comes into this race 38th in points. Dylan Poteet behind him comes into this race 37th in points. So a few drivers still up here having good runs that need them. There's Sky Commons back there, Christopher Martin. We're seeing the Hendrick cars. They're still up here. Barney Ward, Christopher Martin now, Dom Capps, and Emilio Navarrete. They've all had a turn up at the front here. Hendrick Motorsports seeming to show that they are the entity to beat here tonight at Auto Club Speedway. But right now, Jake Rogers, he has just opened up a nice bit of space between himself and second place now Barney Ward. But Barney Ward's now going to try and go into rundown mode as he's now past Dylan Poteet for the second position. 4 laps to go as they come down to the stripe here. Can Jake Rogers do it for Penske Racing? Galligan has taken his car back behind the wall, I believe. Try and see if the Blue Deuce has been able to continue. I don't think so, though. He took a hard lick into the outside retaining wall. Yep, his night is over. As Jake Rogers is the leader, Barney Ward second. Good battle back here for third between Nick Eggleston, Christopher Martin, Danika Shirley, and Sky Commons. Eggleston will take the third positions. Commons back to 4th. Christopher Martin back in 5th. Christopher Martin started in 41st place, worked his way up now into the top 5, trying to win here at his home track. But Jake Rogers, with 3 laps to go, has not been able, or has not taken any challenges yet. But here comes one. Barney Ward and Nick Eggleston's going to go 3 wide for the lead. 3 wide into turn number 1. Eggleston, our winner from Daytona and 3rd in points, is going to take the lead here with 2.5 to go. What a power move by Nick Eggleston right there, trying to win his 2nd race of the season here in only 5 events. Eggleston now to the front. Then it's teammates lined up there. Barney Ward, Christopher Martin, and Dom Capps. Hendrick Motorsports holds 3 of the top 5 spots right now. As at the line with 2 to go, it's Nick Eggleston. Highest running rookie right now would have to be Christopher Martin, who is now trying to go for the lead. Martin looking for the lead. Oh, contact between teammates Dom Capps and Barney Ward. And they're in the fence. They're in the wall. Teammates get together here with 2 laps to go. Is that the caution? Yes, it is. Caution's out. And the leader is the other Hendrick Motorsports car, Christopher Martin. Can he hold him off? Here comes Alex Tanker to the inside. Sky Commons looking as well. Christopher Martin out of turn 4 for the final time. The hometown guy has done it. What a perfect placement. From 41st to 1st, Christopher Martin wins the Barrels 200 at Auto Club Speedway. That was the white flag right there. The checkered flag will be next time by. Christopher Martin has done it. 16th in points he comes. This is certainly going to help him out in points as well. But my goodness, Christopher Martin started this race in 41st, and 25 laps later, he's going to take the win, his first career Truck Series win. Unbelievable. Christopher Martin does have a win in the NNSCRA. It came at, I believe it was Auto Club. It may have been Las Vegas last year in the Snickers Cup Series. But this season, here in the Oreo Truck Series, a rookie season for the 48, he's going to do it from the rear of the field. He started in 41st position, did Christopher Martin. He's going to come all the way through the field. And here tonight, he's going to pick up the win at Auto Club Speedway. The crowd on its feet as the hometown boy, Christopher Martin's going to come down here and capture his first career win in the Oreo Truck Series. Standing ovation. The crowd is going absolutely berserk. The checkered flag is in the flagman's hands, and Christopher Martin crosses the stripe. He wins the Barrels 200 tonight at Auto Club Speedway. But how ironic, the Hendrick Motorsports car of Christopher Martin wins the race, and how did he win it? A wreck involving 2 of his teammates, Barney Ward and Dom Capps. Second place is going to be Alex Tanker. Nice run for him. Sky Commons, great run for him as well in 3rd. 4th place was Nick Eggleston, and Danika Shirley will be the points leader heading into next week's race as she finishes the night in the 5th position. 6th was Jake Rogers. 7th was Felix Harris. Great run for the 78. Dylan Poteet finishes the night in 8th. 9th place was Trent Dunham, and Eric Burton gets the final spot in the top 10. Wow, congratulations to Christopher Martin. This is certainly going to help him in the points. Danika Shirley is going to be the points leader. Next week we head to a brand new racetrack known as Castle Gorge. Hope you guys will tune in for that race. We got Mobile and Stickers Cup Series action coming your way as well here from Auto Club Speedway. Hope you'll tune in for that. Here comes your official finisher results and your point standings. Like this video if you enjoyed tonight's race. Subscribe to become part of the crew today. And you've been watching production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best.